In my initial first round draft targets video, I highlighted USC's wide receiver Jordan Addison as a potential prospect for the New England Patriots and could be on Bill Belichick's radar. I discussed how Addison's tape shows off his superb route running ability with smooth movements, quick feet, and extra sharp cuts. Prior to the NFL Combine, I was incredibly bullish on Addison's outlook at the NFL level, but his lackluster NFL Combine performance really hurt his draft stock. The UFC receiver looked great during his receiving drills, but his testing and measurables produced a RAS of 5.87, which puts him in the 70 to 80th ranked score at the wide receiver position, and confirmed that his physical attributes will be an issue at the NFL level. Although I still see Addison to be a first-round talent thanks to his smoothness, elite route running skills, and great awareness on the field, I decided to remove him from my updated first-round target list, as other receivers have challenged his position on the board, including Boston College's Zay Flowers. Still, I like Addison, and apparently the Patriots are interested, as he is set to visit Foxboro this week, with Jaxon Smith-Njigba, Zay Flowers, and Quentin Johnston also slated to visit prior to the NFL Draft. I wonder where the Patriots see Addison amongst the other three receivers. Is Addison worth it at 14? Is he a first rounder? I intend to answer these questions and provide my views on Addison and where or how I would draft him. First, I will provide a background on Addison and will highlight some of his key attributes, as well as concerns. Then, I will discuss where I see Addison being ranked amongst the top receivers. Finally, I reveal my strategy for getting Addison in the Foxboro. First, let's talk production. Addison started off his college career at Pitt, where as a freshman, Addison played in 10 games, pulling in 60 receptions for 662 yards for an average of 11 yards per reception, with 4 touchdowns and a QB rating when target of 97. His 2021 sophomore season was incredible, where he suited up in 14 games and having 100 catches for 1,593 yards for an average of 15.9 yards per catch, with 17 touchdowns and a QB rating when target of 136.7. As a result, he was awarded the Blitnikoff Award for the nation's best receiver that season. After that remarkable season, Addison entered the transfer portal and left for USC, where he played in 11 games for 59 catches, 875 yards, for an average of 14.8 yards per catch, with 8 touchdowns, and put up a QB rating when target of 139. His production levels did drop after moving to USC, however, it is important to note that he played in 3 less games. In addition, it is important to note that Addison helped reinvigorate a USC offense which more than doubled their passing touchdowns over 2021. Meanwhile, Pitt went from 41 passing touchdowns in 2021 to throwing 13 in 2022 after Addison left. Indeed, one could argue that Kenny Pickett was a big factor, as well as coaching. However, one has to admit that Addison had to be at least a factor in those reversals. As I mentioned in my first video featuring Addison, he makes everything look easy and natural. He shows natural ability to track the ball well down the field. He also has reliable hands and times those hands well not to tip off defenders. In addition, Addison has break speed to create separation and is very shifty to generate significant yards after catch. His speed drop technique is nearly flawless. He is sudden enough to cut on a dime. This makes him an instant threat at the slot position. However, Addison can be used on deep routes and has shown to get separation down the sideline and over the middle on crossing routes. He has a knack for finding holes in coverage and track deep passes. In addition, he's capable of going in contested catch situations and has the hands to bring it in. Again, he is very smooth. He is an elite technician. He's elusive. He's efficient and has the production to back it up. On the downside, Addison is undersized and his testing does not reveal elite physical characteristics with an RAS of 5.87. Addison is 5'11", 171 pounds, with 9¼ inch hands and 30-inch arms. His 40-yard is 4.49. The 20-yard split on that was 2.62, and his 10-yard split was 1.57. His vertical jump is 34 inches, his broad was 10.2, His 20-yard shuttle was 4.19, and his three-cone agility was 7.05. All these numbers are decent, but not elite. He was mid-percentile on almost all his tests. Because of this, he'll probably be relegated to the slot position because he probably won't be able to handle the bigger, larger cornerbacks that are going to play press man coverage at the NFL level. In general, Jordan Addison is an exceptional NFL prospect who looks to be an elite slot player with the necessary suddenness and elusive moves to get open. He, however, does have very palpable restrictions on the perimeter. As I previously mentioned, I dropped him to the second round for the Patriots due to his likelihood of being restricted to the slot, with limited physical traits to tolerate the perimeter. However, I still think he's a first-round talent, and will likely be drafted there by a team that is looking for reliable slot talent. I think the Patriots are probably looking for a more complete wide receiver who's able to play outside, or a player that can be breakneck on short to intermediate routes, but can also take the top off the defense from the slot. Now, one can argue that Addison is capable of doing that, but I'm not sold that he's an elite at any of those responsibilities. Whereas Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, Jaxon Smith-Njigba are at least leaders at least one of those categories. The Patriots do have wide receiver talent that addresses those concerns in some capacity, but they are still missing that superlative talent in those areas that Quentin, Jay, or Jaxon can bring, physically. Zay and Jaxon won't have to really develop at the next level, and they have the physical talents to have a higher ceiling. Those guys are your needle movers right out of the box that you want out of first round talent. Therefore, Addison is down on my list around 4 with Josh Downs not far behind. So, not a pick at 14 for me, but perhaps a first late rounder. Despite my concerns on Addison's perceived ceiling, I think the Patriots should be considered taking Addison in the late first round, either from trading back or possibly trading up from 46 after getting what they wanted at 14. Addison would probably be the best route runner on the team and will be able to create that big separation needed for Mac to get the ball in for at least a completion and move the sticks. So he would be an upgrade in some respects and has potential to develop into an elite slot. There is some value for Addison on the Patriots. My two best scenarios that involved Addison is that the Patriots pick up their target offensive tackle or corner at 14, and they trade up using their second and some draft capital to get him late in the first or early second, where if they miss on Addison, they should have a shot at Josh Downs. Or they trade back in the first to the low to mid 20s, where they target Zay, but they will take Addison if Zay is off the board, then use their draft capital to either trade up in the second to get a target prospect. The more I think about it, I think Jordan Addison has a strong probability of being drafted by the Patriots, simply due to the likelihood he would be a reliable target available in several different draft scenarios. In addition, I think it would be a typical Belichick move to pick the player with a fading draft stock from a combine despite having years of production and a solid tape. So, there you have it. My thoughts on Addison. What do you think about him? Should the Patriots draft him? Where should they draft him? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.